right, welcome to Independence Ice Arena, home of your Kansas City Knights as Midmo Tigers come to town. They're actually sitting in first place in the standings through, what do we have, 3 weeks with 9 points. They come in 4-1-1. Knights are sitting in seventh right now at 1-4-1 with 3 points. So we're looking to try to catch up here, and we got a great opportunity with 2 games today and tomorrow against these Midmo Tigers out of Jefferson City. Stripes have made it out onto the ice, and we'll get ready for our pregame warm-ups. 5 minutes will be set on the clock, waiting for the refs to give everybody the okay. And here come the Midmo Tigers, and here come your Kansas City Knights. Got some players back that missed the trip down to OKC last weekend. Neal's back. Caleb Brown missed last weekend. Evan Com missed last weekend as they took a couple one-goal losses to the Warriors down in Oklahoma City. It was just the varsity that traveled. The JV stayed home. Way to go there, Dunlap. Bouncing one off your Brownie. Izzy Wong warming up in net for the Knights. Trying to see who's down here for Midmo. I think that'll be D'Amelia. Knights come in on a 4-game losing streak, so hopefully we can end that here today against the Midmo Tigers. They lost 2 last week at OKC. Weekend before, they took 2-game losses to a very tough Wichita team. they had a win and a tie against Northwest Arkansas in week 1. All right, warm-ups coming to an end. We will get the player introductions and get this game underway. Game number 7 of the season.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Station Access and visiting 5th Missouri Tigers and the Kansas City Knights. Let's meet the starting lineups for both teams, starting with the visiting Tigers. At center, number 91, Gavin Wilson. At wing, number 8, Carter for the Tigers. At wing, number 23, Brendan Bruce. Defense, number 7, Michael White. Defense, number 16, Sam Nelson. And in goal, number 40, Owen Burke. And now the starters for your Kansas City Knights. Starting at center, number 97, Henry Zwillenberg. At wing, number 40, Michael Fortner. Wing, number 88, Brett Dunlap. Defense, number 80, Broden Frederick. Defense, number 90, Braden Braun. And in goal, number 1, Izzy Wong.
All right, so the starters for the Knights, Wellenberg, Fortner, Dunlap come across your forwards. Frederick and Braun will be the defensive starter. Izzy Wong will start in net. All right. Anthem is over, player introductions over, warm-ups are over, and we're ready to get this thing underway. It's the Midmo Tigers coming in at the number 1 right now versus the Knights. Let's see if we can send them home with a couple losses this weekend. JV will be following in about an hour and a half or so. Looks like we're running a little late on this one from the puck drop standpoint. But JV is scheduled for 1 o'clock. Stay tuned for that one. It'll come up here on the Knights YouTube channel again. All right, Knights are out. Wong will head to her pipes down there on the right-hand side. Zwellenberg, Dunlap, and Fortner step in as our forwards. Braun and Frederick will start on the defense. D'Amelia will start in goal for the Midmo Tigers. And we're underway. Fortner will pound that one down into the Tiger zone. They'll pop it right back out into neutral. Zwellenberg will send it back into the Tiger zone. He'll lift the stick, brings it in left-hand side. Tries to send it up front. Fortner sends one right off the post. Zwellenberg comes away with it. Right towards the center. Now he'll peel back. A little time and space. Send it to Braun. Braun will try to put it down lower. And the Tigers come away around the backside of the net. They'll bring it up the near side. Frederick will try to hold it in. Popped out into the neutral zone. Wilson will bring it up from the right-hand side. That bounces right off of Braun, now centered up front. Wong will grab that with her glove. They'll blow it dead. We'll face it off in the Knight zone. Just underway. 14-16 remaining the first. Knights will change it up here. This will bring out Com and Brown on the defense. Bojangles, Smith, Banks, and Larson will step in at the center spot. Larson will win it over to Brown. Brown will wrap it around the boards, bring it over near side towards Smith. Smith will send it down into the neutral zone. Now it's grabbed by Banks. Banks will try to thread the needle there, grabbed by the Tigers, and they'll send it around the boards near side. Brown will hold it in, dumps it down low. Tigers will send it right back up the boards. Here comes Banks. Battle for the puck up against the boards. Banks comes away with it. Down into the corner he'll go. Loses on a little body check. Now grabbed by the Tigers. Up the right-hand side. Big body check there by Larson. Holds that puck up. Now popped out. That goes to Com. Com will send one. D'Amelia with the save. Down goes Smith in the corner. Puck comes around. Backside of the net by Larson. Larson will bring it into the corner. Now he'll bring it up top high to the defense. He'll backdrop it, trying to get it to Com. Com comes away with it up to the left-hand side. He'll send one. And that's grabbed by D'Amelia in net. They'll blow it dead, and we'll face it off in the Tiger zone. Knights will switch it up. This will bring out JC, Sanders, and Bakta. Morrison and Hutch Smith will come in on the defense. Down into the corner it goes, grabbed by the Tigers. Little check there by Bakta, trying to hold it up. Sanders does keep it in the Tiger zone, sends it back down low. Grabbed around the corner by Nielsen. He'll send it up around the boards. That goes right past Hutch. He'll retreat back into the Knight zone. Round the backside of the net, pulls up, now pressured with a little forecheck by the Tigers. Battle up against the boards. They'll get it up to Sanders. Sanders can't control it. Now it's popped out into the neutral zone. JC will pop it ahead to Sanders. Sanders will bring it up the right-hand side, trying to get it to Bakta. It has a poke down into the corner. Now it pops back up towards Sanders. He'll bring it up to Smith. Hutch Smith, he'll bounce one off one of the Tigers. Morrison will try to send it down lower. Now it pops out into the neutral zone. Battle for the puck. Nelson will come away with it, get it over to Hutch. Hutch will send it over to Sanders. Sanders will bring it back over to Morrison near side. Cross ice. Nobody grabs it from the Knights. Goes down into the Tiger zone. They're going to wave off icing. Grabbed by the Tigers. Line change for the Knights. In comes Frederick. In comes Braun. Dunlap, Fortner, and Zwellenberg pop back in. Now it's sent down into the Knight zone. This will be grabbed by Braun down in the corner. He'll bring it up to Fortner near side. Little back check by the Tigers. They'll control the puck. Keeps it in the Knight zone. Now a drop pass. Nobody home for the Tigers. Grabbed by Zwellenberg. He'll send it up the ice. That's going to be icing this time. They'll blow a dead face off in the Knight zone. We got 11:56 remaining in the first. No score. Face-off sent down low, grabbed by the Tigers. Oh, they centered up front. That couldn't handle that pass. Wide open in front of the net. Now it's popped out into the neutral zone. Tigers will retreat back. They'll drop past it. Knights can't take it into the zone as we were offsides. Now it'll come over to Dunlap. Dunlap will send it down into the Tiger zone, wrapped around the boards, backside of the net. Tigers get there. They'll bring it up the near boards. This will come right to Frederick. Popped up. Slapped down by Zwellenberg. Zwellenberg will send it to Braun. He'll skate in. D'Amelia with the save. Loose puck grabbed by the Tigers. Now they'll work a breakout. They don't have the numbers. They'll bring it right and just dump it down low. Bounces off the side of the wall. Comes straight in front of Wong. She'll send it back towards Frederick. Frederick will get it to Fortner. Fortner will bring it up. Now he'll go to the right-hand side. Dump down there. Going to call icing on this one. And we'll face it off in the Knight zone once again. Knights are going to get a line change here. Brown and Kahn will come in. Neal, Larson, and Goins face off far side in the Knight zone. 10:57 remaining the first. We are scoreless. Loose puck grabbed by Brown. Couldn't get it cleared. Now it'll pop over. This will be grabbed by Kahn once again off the deflection. He'll cross ice. Bounce it off the boards. Down into the Tiger zone. They'll send it right back out to neutral. Brown will dump it down into the Tiger zone. This will go around the net. Neal will give chase. He'll get to it in the corner. Now takes a body check up against the boards. Grabbed by the Tigers down low. Pops up near side to Goins. Goins will backhand it. Can't get it down deep. This will be cleared out into the neutral zone. Now Brown will send it back into the Tigers as he takes a body check. Loose puck right up front to Larson. Couldn't get a shot off. Back behind the net, grabbed by Neal. He'll lose it behind the net. Tigers will try to clear it up the near boards. Kahn will hold it in momentarily. Up the far side, and that's going to be icing on the Tigers as they'll dump it down behind the net. Face off in the Tiger zone. Bacta, Sanders, and JC. Morrison and Hutch Smith on the defense. Face off far side, Tiger zone. 10 minutes even on the clock left in the first. We are scoreless. That'll trickle out. That's going to be icing again. As it's cleared by the Tigers. We'll face it off once again back in the Tiger zone. Bach will win it ahead. That gets to Sanders. Sanders will take it around the backside of the net. Big body check. Tigers will try to clear it up. Morrison will hold it in. He sends one up towards the net. That's bounced off of Sanders all the way back into the Knight zone. This will be grabbed by Hutch Smith around the backside of the net. He'll try to get it up to Sanders near side. Battle for the puck right up front. Tigers come away with it. Now it's poked away by Morrison. Over to Bacta. Bacta will try to get it ahead to Sanders. Now to be grabbed by JC right-hand side. Down low over to Sanders. He'll center it up front. Nobody there for the Knights. It comes back out. Grabbed by Frederick in the neutral zone. Now stolen by the Tigers right at the blue line. They'll bring it in. Poked away there by Braun. Loose puck grabbed by Bacta. Bacta will bring it near side. Stolen by the Tigers and dumped down low. Back behind the net to Braun. Loose puck. This will be grabbed by Bacta. He'll touch it up to JC. JC up to Sanders. Sanders has a poke checked away right at the red line. Now Bacta will dump it into the Tiger zone. That goes behind the net. Line change. Here comes Smith racing off the boards. They're out of the box. Tigers control it. Nelson will bring it up the right-hand side. He bounces one right off of Frederick. Nice body block there. That'll come out into the middle of the ice. Can't be cleared by the Knights. Tigers bring it in. Wong with a big save as it goes off to the side. Now Braun will try to clear it. Held in by the Tigers. Up high. Forward check by Smith. Loose puck right at the feet of Banks. Now to come to Frederick. Frederick will bring it up to Larson. He'll bring it in left. Loses it towards the middle as it's poked away by the Tigers. Held in by Smith and Larson. That'll go around the backside of the net, far corner. Banks is over there. Loose puck grabbed by Larson. Now he'll lose it behind the net. Loose puck goes into the corner. Smith's over there along with Banks. Banks will come away with it. He'll skate it in. It shoots. Scores! Number 16, Hoyt Banks, unassisted, and he'll get the Knights onto the scoreboard, 1-0. Sanders, Bacta, and JC, Common, Brown step in on the defense, 1-0 Knights. Tigers come away with it. They'll cross the red line, dump it around the backside of the net. Over towards Kahn. He can't get a hold of it. Loose puck right up front. They'll send one just wider the net. Rebound goes wide of the net. Now grabbed by Kahn, backside. He'll get it up to Sanders. Sanders quickly ahead up to JC. JC to the right, pulls back. He'll take a shot. D'Amelia, rebound, shoots, and scores! Berg will win it back. Frederick will race back into the corner. He'll wrap it around the boards. Up into the neutral zone. This will be grabbed by the Tigers. They'll send it right back into the Knight zone. Stopped there by Braun. Now he'll get it over to Frederick. Or Fortner. Fortner will send it ahead into the neutral zone. Now stolen by Nelson for the Tigers. They'll send one that goes way wide right up to Wong. Wong will grab it, dumps it for Braun, but the refs blow it dead. And Kingston Sanders got the backside assist. Face off down here in the Knight zone. Dunlap will send this into the neutral zone towards Fortner. Grabbed by the Tigers. They'll send it right back into the Knight zone. Up the right-hand side. They'll skate in. Shot goes wide of the net. Around the backside of the boards. Held in by the Tigers. Dumped back down low. Now grabbed by Braun in front of the net. He'll tap it ahead to Fortner. Fortner will bring it up right. He's got Zwellenberg to the left. Fortner will send it down into the Tiger zone. Zwellenberg will give chase. Held up there by Fortner. Now we got a breakout by the Tigers. Tigers up the middle. They'll shoot and scores right over the right blocker of Wong. On the turnover and had a one-on-one breakout with Izzy Wong. And the Tigers cut the deficit in half. It is now 2-1, 6:25 remaining in the first. Goins, Neal, and Larson. Larson stepping in at center. We got Morrison and Hutch Smith. Won by the Tigers. Sent over to Morrison. He'll tip it up the boards. Now grabbed by the Tigers. That's going to be an offsides. Offsides brought to you by the Blue Line, Kansas City's only hockey bar. Morrison will send it ahead to Larson. Larson sends it down into the Tiger zone. Chased by Goins, but Tigers get it, trying to clear it up the left-hand side. Now onto the neutral zone to Smith. Smith will touch it ahead to Larson. Larson sends it back into the Tiger zone, down into the corner. They'll wrap it around the boards. Neal's over here. Morrison will get to it. He'll backhand it, trying to get it to Neal. Now send one right up front. Oh, that bounces off Goins, goes towards the side, up against the wall. Morrison trying to hold it once again. Out into the neutral zone comes the puck, down into the Knight zone, grabbed by the Tigers. That's a glove save by Wong. They'll blow it dead. Face off in the Knight zone. 5:37 remaining the first. Knights lead 2-1. Sanders, JC, and Bakhta have checked in. Com and Brown on the defense. That'll go to Com. Com will wrap it around the boards, trying to get it towards Sanders. Tigers hold it in. Now slapped down by the Tigers. Popped away by Bakhta. Bakhta will get it ahead to JC. JC to Sanders. Sanders up the right-hand side. He'll skate in, loses the puck, tries to center it up front. Pass JC, and the Tigers will clear it. Back out into the neutral zone. Com will send him wide right with a little poke check. Now centered up front. Saved by Wong. That'll come around the backside of the net right up to JC. He'll touch it over to Sanders, left-hand side, to his backhand. Deflected and goes up over the net. That goes far side over towards Com. Com will hold it in down in the corner. Now loses the puck. Tigers working it. Here comes Bakhta. That'll squeak around the backside of the net over towards the right-hand side. Grabbed by Nelson for the Tigers. He'll send it around the boards. Now Com will grab this one. He'll backhand it, trying to get it to JC. Centered up front. Now grabbed by the Tigers. There's Bakhta right there. Can't get a shot off. Now the Tigers are just going to ice this. Slowing the action down. We'll face it off in the Tiger zone. 4:32 remaining in the first. 2-1 Knights. Zwellenberg, Dunlap, and Neal will check in on this one. On the forward line, we got Frederick and Braun on the defense. Zwellenberg will send it over towards the left. Grabbed by the Tigers. Wrapped around the boards. Right underneath the feet of... Oh, no tripping there. Zwellenberg will get it to Neal. Neal will kick it off the boards. Now he'll lose it to a little back check by the Tigers. Tigers will bring it up the left-hand side. Neal will give chase. Now they'll wrap it around the boards over to the near side towards Fitzpatrick for the Tigers. He'll send it back down low. Now right up front. Saved by Wong on the quick shot by Frederick. That goes up into the netting. They'll blow this one dead, and we'll face it off in the Knight zone with 4:04 remaining in the first. Won by the Tigers. Quick shot. That's blocked by Frederick up front. Now grabbed by Zwellenberg. He'll chip it off the wall. Can't get it cleared. Around the boards it goes. Over towards the far side to Braun. He'll lose it. Tigers will skate in. Try to center it right up front. Now poked off into the corner. This will be grabbed by Braun once again. He'll go right around one Tiger. Around another Tiger. Around another Tiger. Up the left-hand side comes Braun. To his backhand. Now he'll put on the brakes. That gets deflected and goes back behind the net. Grabbed by Neal. But one of the Midmo Tigers goes into the net. Knocks it off. And he's laying down on the ice. Now the Knights will change it up. This will bring in Larson, Banks, and Smith on the forwards. Morrison and Hutch. Smith, we'll call him Hutch since Bojangles is out there too. They're going to face it off at neutral ice because of the injury and the stoppage. Oh, and there's actually a penalty on the Midmo Tigers. I didn't see the arm go in the air on that one. So the Knights will go to the power play. So we'll go with Larson, Bakhta, Sanders. JC and Fortner will be on the defense, but two other forward scorers here. Let's see if we can get one in on this power play. Face-off goes to the Tigers. They'll send it on down over towards Wong. Wong will clear it out, trying to get it up ahead towards Larson. Midmo holds it in. They'll take a shot wide right. That goes over to... Now the Tigers will clear it down into the night zone. This will go around the backside of the net over to Fortner. 1:30 remaining in the power play. Saved by Wong as the Midmo took a shot from deep down into the corner. Now it comes around the backside of the net. This will be grabbed by Larson. Larson's got a little time and space. He'll bring it up the left. Comes back towards the middle. Poke check by the Tigers. Oh, sorry, I forgot to move the camera. Double dutying it. Midmo will clear it down into the night zone once again. This will be grabbed by Com. Com fast up the left-hand side. Down in, he'll take a shot wide left of D'Amelia. That takes an odd bounce off the glass, comes right out in the middle of the net. Now the Tigers will clear it. This will come to Sanders. Out in the neutral zone. He'll send one out ahead too far in front of Dunlap, but Dunlap will get there first, momentarily holds it in. Now the Tigers will clear it once again. That'll go to Zwellenberg. Back behind the net. Tries to leave it for Com, missed on that pass. Now it comes back to Zwellenberg. Can't get it cleared. Fitzpatrick will hold it in. 22 seconds remaining on the power play. This will come to Brown. Being pressured behind the net now, he'll start skating. Slows up, tries to get a little time and space. Still being pressured. Now he'll send it up the boards. Grabbed by Jantz right here by the Tigers. Now stolen by Zwellenberg right at the red line. He'll bring it into the left-hand side. Sends it ahead to Banks. Banks to the backhand. Peels back to the forehand. Both teams back at full strength. Quick shot by Brown. That's deflected up front. Right to Zwellenberg. Saved by D'Amelia. That goes off into the corner. Tigers will try to clear it. Brown holds it in momentarily. Gets it to Banks. Now it's kicked out into the neutral zone. This will be grabbed by Com. Com over towards the wall, over towards Dunlap. Loose puck still right at the red line. Com skates up and grabs it. He'll bring it in the left-hand side. Quick shot. D'Amelia with a glove save. They'll blow that one dead. Face off in the Tiger zone. 1:01 remaining in the first. 2-1 Knights. We'll face it off far dot down here in the Tiger zone. Neal, Larson, and Goins will check in. Frederick and Braun on the defense. Larson wins it over to the far boards. Tigers try to clear it. Braun will get it. He'll take a shot. D'Amelia with a save. Off into the corner, grabbed by Goins. He'll send it backside of the net to Larson. Larson brings it up high to Frederick. Back down into the corner to Larson. He'll take a shot wide of the net. Goes over far right. Over to Braun. Braun will send it back behind the net. A little forecheck there by Larson. Up. And we're going to get an icing on this one. Barely icing. Got to the red line. Face off down in the Tiger zone. .8 seconds remaining in the period. Sanders, JC, and Bakta. Brown and Com. Bakta will win it over to the side. Loose puck grabbed by Sanders down in the corner. Tigers will try to clear. That'll come over to Brown. Brown will hold it in. Big body check there by the Tigers. We got an arm up in the air. Delayed offsides. Grabbed by the Tigers. Now they'll send it over D to D. Now they'll pop it out into the middle. Up come the right-hand side. Toe drag, holds on, stays onside by the Tigers. Now they'll send it up front. That'll be deflected by Wong. Sent up by Sanders to Bakta. And that'll be the end of the period, stolen by the Tigers. And after one, it's the Knights 2, the Tigers 1. right, Tigers are out, ready to go. Wong will head over to our left. D'Amelia off to the right. They'll switch ends in between periods as they always do. Still waiting on the Knights. Let's see who we got out here. We'll have Bacta, Sanders, and JC. Common Brown. So just as we ended the period, we'll keep the lineup the same. And Bacta will win it. This will be grabbed by JC. JC will dump it down into the Tiger zone, goes straight towards D'Amelia. He'll slap it off into the corner. This will be grabbed by JC, backhanded over to Com. Com will skate in, deflects one right off front by the Tigers. Brown will hold it in momentarily. Now Sanders will send it into the corner. Tigers will look to clear it. They will clear it. That'll go all the way down towards Wong. They'll blow this one, Dez, for icing. Face off in the Tiger zone, far dot. Face-off grab by the Tigers out into the neutral zone. Now stolen by Brown. He sends it right back into the Tiger zone. They'll deflect it right back out to neutral. Comes right back to Brown again. Grabbed by the Tigers at the blue line. They'll skid in. Tries to center it up front. That's deflected by Com. Now it comes to JC. JC up the right-hand side. Back to the middle. Back to his left. Backhander. Saved by D'Amelia. Now grabbed by the Tigers, and they got a 2-on-1 the other way. Oh, slowed up by Braun just as he comes off the ice. They'll get the turnover. Now to Bacta. Bacta will backhand it over far side to Braun. Braun will bring it up near side towards Sanders. Goes past Sanders down into the Tiger zone. He'll head off to the bench. Tigers will wrap it around the boards. Backhanded by Frederick. Cleared by the Tigers. Up near side to Braun. Delayed offsides. Waiting on everybody to get on. They're still calling offsides by Dunlap. Fortner will loose puck finally grabbed by the Tigers. Now to come up left-hand side. Down deep, grabbed by Frederick. He'll skate it around the backside of the net. Chipped off the boards up the right-hand side. Tigers will steal it right at the blue line. Out in the neutral zone. Now into the Tiger zone, grabbed by Braun. Back out to neutral ice. Dunlap up here working it along with Braun. And that's going to be an offsides. Battle up near boards. That's finally won by the Tigers. They'll swing it down into the Knight zone. Frederick will chase back after it. He'll backhand it, trying to get it over, cleared out of the zone. Held in by the Tigers. Fortner's over there now. Pops out neutral, right into the middle of the ice. Held in by the Tigers. They'll take one, bounces it off Braun. Now Braun will clear it. That'll bounce off the boards, come all the way to the far end. That'll be icing, and we'll face it off in the Knight zone. 12:30 remaining a second. 2-1 Knights. Fortner, Zwellenberg, and Dunlap are in on the forwards. Braun and Frederick on the defense. And now the Knights are going to switch out their forward line. So this will bring in Larson, Banks, and Smith. And the refs are saying no. All right, who do we got? Larson, Banks, and Dunlap. They kicked a couple of them off for some reason, coming in late, I think. Now it's popped up, almost grabbed there by Banks. Tigers hold it in right at the blue line. Now Braun tries to bring it in. Now he'll hit it with his backhand. Down into the Tiger zone. Over to the far side. Braun will backhand it around the backside of the net. Banks will give chase. He'll come away with it in the corner. Tries to center it up front. Stolen by the Tigers right up the middle. Up the right-hand side. Checked into the boards. Puck's dumped down low. Grabbed by Braun behind the net. Can't get it cleared. Now it's grabbed by Larson. He'll backhand it. Nobody home for the Knights. Stolen by the Tigers. They'll send one. Blocked away by Frederick up front. Now grabbed by Larson. He'll bring it around the backside of the net. Hard off the boards. Hits the ref, so it doesn't clear. Now it finally pops out into neutral ice. Sent back into the Knight zone. This will come over to Braun in the near side. He'll try to cross ice. That's deflected. Bachta comes just off the boards but can't grab the pass. Now back out into neutral. This will come to Frederick. He'll send it off the boards over to Larson. Now to come to Sanders. Sanders, reverse body check. Larson comes away with the puck. That shot gets deflected, goes wide left. Over towards Bachta. Bachta will grab it, pulls it back in. Now he'll lose it to the Tigers, but they can't get it cleared. Chips it off the board. Morrison holds it in. Can't get it down deep. Tigers send it back the other way. And they'll call icing. Face off in the Tiger zone. .51 remaining in the second. 2-1 Knights. JC, Bachta, and Sanders in here forwards. Hutch Smith and Morrison on the defense. Tigers had too many, so we'll send one off the ice and we'll face it off. Bachta wins it over towards the wall, goes over and gets his own. Now right to Sanders. Sanders around the backside of the net. Peels back, centers it. Oh, Bachta was right there, couldn't get the pass. Tigers will come away the other, up the right-hand side. Loses it to a poke check. Now we're going to get an offsides. Bachta will win it over to Morrison. He'll come D to D just out in front of Hutch. Hutch will now backhand it high up off the glass. That comes down into the Tiger zone. Grabbed by Witt from the Tigers. Pressured by JC. Comes right to Bachta. Now loose. Sanders shot. D'Amelia with the save. Tigers off the board. Can't get it cleared. Smith will hold it in. And we're going to get a penalty. This will be on Bachta. Roughing. Tigers will go to the power play. technical difficulty. I think someone unplugged the cord and everything went blank, so we had to reload everything back up. So don't know where we lost everybody. 7:33 remaining in the second. Tigers got a power play goal with 2 seconds left on their power play to tie it at 2. Larson, Larson, Banks, and Smith. Morrison and Hutch Smith is in for the Knights. Face-off is down in the Knight zone. They'll battle for the puck up against the boards. Morrison's in there. Banks, Larson. Now it'll trick out. Grab by Larson. Hard off the boards around near side towards Smith. Smith can't get it cleared. Tigers hold it in. Now loose right over to Hutch. Hutch will bounce it off the boards out in front, just out in front of Banks. Tigers come back the other way. To the left side. Quick shot. That's deflected by Smith. Smith will try to clear it out into the neutral zone. Grabbed by the Tigers. Chased by Bowe. Now down into the Knight zone. Grabbed by Morrison. He'll bring it out to Larson. In the neutral zone. He'll chip it off the boards down into the Tiger zone. Grabbed by the Tigers. Around the boards. Near side. Smith will chase after it. Morrison will chase after it. Touched by the Tigers down into the Knight zone. Now Braun will chase after it. He'll get to it first. Chips it off the boards. Up the right-hand side by Larson. 3-on-2. Larson will dump it. He'll chase after it along with Banks. Tigers will get there first. Now they'll slow it up. Loose puck right in the middle. Now grabbed by the Knights. Loose puck goes over to the far boards. Banks is there. Now it chips out. I don't even know where that one came from. I thought it was still pinned against the boards. Nice body check by Braun as he separates the player from the puck. Grabs the puck, brings it around the backside of the net. Up to Banks. He'll try to touch it to Larson just out in front of him, and Tigers will send it back the other direction. Now Nelson will dump it into the Knight zone, around the boards, far side. Stolen by Larson. He'll come around the backside of the net. Right underneath his feet up the right-hand side, trying to get it ahead to Smith. Smith will backhand it over to Banks. Banks will bring it in around one of the Tigers, up the right-hand side. Now he has it pulled away. Will battle for the puck, loose right in front. Out comes right to Zwellenberg. Couldn't get a stick on it and get the shot. He'll come around the D. Tries to poke check it. Now it'll go to D'Amelia. He'll pop it over to the side. Now grabbed by Frederick. Centered up front, deflected. Comes off into the corner. Fortner will chase after it. He'll get to it first, but now he'll lose it down in the corner of the Tigers. This will trickle up to Braun. And we're going to get a penalty on Fortner. Roughing by number 40, Mike. This will bring the face-off down to the Knight zone. Tigers will go to another power play. Frederick and Braun, Goins and Neal will come in on this one. Goins wins it off the side, grabbed by the Tigers. They'll come D to D. Goes the far side, down over to the winger. Neal's right there. Quick cross ice pass, shot goes wide left, down into the corner again by the Tigers. They'll bring it up high D. Go D to D far side. Neal's right there. They'll dump it down low. That's deflected by Frederick. Grabbed by the Tigers in the corner. Now drop pass for the Tigers. Pressured by Neal. Tigers maintain control in the far corner. Now they'll bounce it off the boards up to their D. Neal will put some pressure on. They'll send one up front. That goes wide left in the net. Comes over to the near side. Grabbed by the Tigers. They'll skate around to the center of the ice. Now they'll look to drop pass. No, they'll skate in. Save. Rebound. Save by Wong again. She'll smother it. 1:04 remaining on the power play for the Tigers. 4:13 remaining in the second. Face-off will be in the Knight zone. They'll bring in Larson and Smith. They'll pull Goins and Neal. They'll keep Braun and Frederick out there on the defense. Face-off won by the Tigers. They'll skate in. Shot goes wide of the net. Comes over near side. Grabbed by the Tigers. Now they'll go D to D to the center of the ice. Now over to their winger, far side. Skates in, shot goes wide left. Bounces off the boards, comes near side. Pressured by Smith. He'll kick it with his feet. Now keep battling for it. That'll come to Braun. Braun will clear it. All the way down, grabbed by D'Amelia. Oh, whiffs on the pass. He's not in front of the net. Oh, Larson couldn't get there. Bo Smith holds it in, grabbed by the Tigers. 25 seconds remaining on the Tigers power play. Now a quick break, that comes to Braun. Kicked up, and they're going to call offsides. Dunlap and Banks will check in. Braun and Frederick will stay in there on the defense. Face off near side neutral zone. 3:28 remaining in the second. 19 seconds left on the Tigers power play. We are tied at 2. Backhanded by Dunlap, goes all the way into the night zone. This will be grabbed by Frederick. He'll come around the backside of the net. Off the glass, down into the neutral zone. Now the Tigers will go D to D. They'll bring it back near side. Bounces off the boards. Pass Braun. Now it's a foot race for the puck. Tigers get there first. Centered up front. Wong with the big save. Nice center pass by the Tigers. Touch, trying to get it in, and Wong jumped on top of it. Just as time expired on the power play, so the Knights are going back to full strength. Frederick and Braun will take a break. Nice job on that power kill, or penalty kill. Brown and Com have checked in. Banks, Fortner's back in there, and Dunlap. Dunlap will get it ahead to Fortner. Fortner back to Dunlap. Dunlap will bring it in left, centered up front. Oh, D'Amelia with the save. Kicks it off into the corner. Nice touch pass by Dunlap, just a little bit too close to the goaltender. Fortner couldn't get a stick on it. D'Amelia with a save as it's deflected. Loose puck right up front. Finally grabbed by the Tigers, held in by Com. Com will pull back. Being tied up now. It'll kick out in the neutral zone. Brown will backhand it. This will be grabbed by Banks right at the blue line. Now the Tigers come away. They'll bring it up the middle. 1-on-3. They'll deflect that one. Goes wide of the net. Fortner will give chase. Com comes away with it. Com can't get it cleared. Pounded back down low by the Tigers. Now Brown's in there. This will be grabbed by Com. This one will be cleared off the boards, down into the neutral zone, down into the Tiger zone. Knights, Nelson will retreat back for it. Pressured by Com. Nice forecheck. Now quick outlet pass by the Tigers. That's smothered there by Sanders, and we're going to get an offside by the Tigers. 1:54 remaining in the second. We are tied at 2. Bachta, Sanders, and JC. We'll switch up the D. This will bring in Morrison and Hutch Smith. One back to Hutch. Tries to clear it up the boards. That goes to JC, slaps it down. Now the puck goes down into the corner, grabbed by the Tigers. Loose, that'll be grabbed by Bachta. Bachta will get it ahead to Smith. Smith ahead to Sanders. Sanders up the right-hand side. Pulls back to the middle, right to JC, can't get it in. Loose puck, shoots, it's goal! And with 1:31 remaining the second, Knights jump back on top, 3-2. Faceoff comes out to Sanders. Now dumped in by JC. They'll chip it around Braun. Tigers up the left-hand side. Quick pass to the middle. They'll bounce one. That goes off of Frederick down into the corner. Now chipped out to Sanders. Back out in the neutral zone. This will be grabbed by the Tigers. They'll try to re-enter it. Pressured by JC right at the red line. Loose puck. Still grabbed by JC. Bachta will touch it ahead to JC. JC down into the Tiger zone. They'll bounce one off the back of the net. Now pressured by Sanders. Sanders will try to center it up front. Nobody there for the Knights as it deflects off into the corner. This will be held in by Frederick, far side. They'll dump it down into the corner. Tigers will get to it back behind the net. Pressured by Zwellenberg. Off the glass by the Tigers. Now kicked out in the neutral zone. Deflected and stolen by Fortner. Fortner will bring it in the right. Takes it down deep. Comes to his backhand. Saved by D'Amelia. And D'Amelia goes down. I think he was hit by one of his own players. He's waving off. Nope. I'm not coming out. Tigers are D'Amelia got himself a drink of water. I think he's ready to go. Talking to the ref. Zwellenberg, Fortner, and Dunlap in on our forwards. Frederick and Braun on the defense. 8.9 seconds remaining in the period. Puck up to Frederick. Saved by D'Amelia. Goes off into the corner. Grabbed by Zwellenberg. Quick shot by Braun. That's deflected. Braun's all tied up there with Nelson, it looked like. That's the end of the period, and we will shave the ice here. Short little 10-15 minute intermission. D'Amelia and Long touch gloves there, end of second. 3-2 Knights. Knights got out to a fast start, going out 2-0. Tigers chipped away at it. Got themselves a power play goal to get on the board with 2 seconds left on that power play to make it 2-1. Got a deflected shot up front that Long was in position for. It got deflected up front and went right past her inside the post for their second goal. And then with 1:31 left in the second, Bachta cleans up the mess out front, gets his second goal of the game. Want to score more goals, go to the front of the net. That's what Bachta's done twice. The puck has been right there for him. Are we still on or no? Oh, we are? Okay. No.
Can if you want.
couple more passes, and we'll have the ice cleared, set the nets, and we'll get period number 3 underway. All right, so after 2 periods, the Knights 3 goals on 14 shots. The Midmo Tigers out of Jeff City 2 goals on 15 shots. Knights are out of the locker room. They're ready to go, waiting on the refs. They'll have to come out, reset the nets for us. Here come the Midmo Tigers. They'll trickle out of their locker room. Here come the refs. I see them coming out of their locker room, so they'll come in on the east side of the arena here. Now, they're just going to come all the way around onto one of the players' bench, probably the Knights. And the Knights and the Tigers will come out, do a little warm-up skate. Refs will set the nets, and we'll get period number 3 underway. A reminder, the JV coming up immediately following this game. They'll have to shave the ice, a little warm-up time. Scheduled for 1 o'clock, might be running a little late. Battle for red line supremacy here between Wilson and Frederick. Here we go. Get off my side of the ice. No, I'm on your side. They're all smiling at each other, having a good time. All right, ref said we're ready to go. D'Amelia off to the left side. Wong will head over to the right. See if the Knights can get off to another fast start like they did in the first. Get a few more in here and get a comfort level. We're going to come up here with Dunlap, Zwellenberg, and Fortner. Braun and Frederick on the defense. And this will come to Frederick. Frederick will send it up the boards towards Fortner. Fortner will skate in. He'll take a shot. That bounces off one of the Tigers players. Zwellenberg will kick it. We're going to have a delayed penalty here on the Tigers. Long will head to the bench as long as we can keep control. That'll go over to Braun. Larson comes in. 6-on-5 skate over to Frederick. Chipped off the boards ahead to Larson. And the Tigers will touch it up and we'll blow it dead. Wilson will head to the sin bin for the Tigers. Slash. Knocked that twig right out of Zwellenberg's hands. So Knights will go to the power play right here at the beginning of the first. Larson's in along with Bogdan, JC, Com, and Sanders. Face-off one over to Sanders. He'll drop it for Com. Com on the left-hand side. Takes a shot right over the glove of D'Amelia. Wraps around the boards, go all the way into the Knight zone. JC will chase after it. Grabs it behind the net. Now quick outlet pass, trying to get it to Bogdan. That was... And bring it back into the Knight zone where we'll face it off down here. 14:08 remaining in the game. 3-2 Knights. Knights are on a power play. 1:41 remaining on the power play. Face-off won by the Tigers. Now they'll lose it. That comes to Com. Com will send it out in the neutral zone. Tap by Bogdan. He'll chase after it. He'll chase after it against Nelson. Nelson will get there first for the Tigers. Loose puck down in the corner. Now that pops up to Com. Com will look. Sends it back down into the corner. They'll swing it around over to Bogdan. Bogdan back to Com. Com will leave it for JC. JC with a shot, saved by D'Amelia, goes off into the corner. Sanders tries to get to the puck. Tigers will clear it down into the night zone. Grabbed by Com. Com wheels around the backside of the net, up the left-hand side, back to the middle. Now he'll chip it ahead over to Bach on the left-hand side. To the backhand. Centers it up front right to Sanders. Oh, blocked away by the Tigers. Sanders had him an open backside of the net, but couldn't get the shot off. Now the Tigers with the steal. And they'll shoot one from the blue line right through the 5-hole of Wong, and they tied it at 3 with a shorthanded goal. So a shorthanded goal by the Tigers ties it at 3 with 13:12 remaining. Dunlap, Zwellenberg, and Banks will come in. Fortner and Brown on the defense. Face-off one, that goes to Banks. Banks will send one down into the Tiger zone, bounces off one of their defensive players off to the corner. They'll wrap it around the boards. Fortner holds it in, skates into his forehand, tosses it over to Banks. Banks will lose it. Now it pops right up to Dunlap. Dunlap shot saved by D'Amelia. Dunlap holds it in. Skates in off front. Now saved by D'Amelia again. Still loose. Tigers will chase over towards the far wall. Pops out into the neutral zone. Knights will have to get onside. Now grabbed by Banks. Banks will peel back to the right to his forehand. Deflected up in the air right in front of Dunlap. Backhander by Banks. Goes wide of the net. Around the boards, this will come to Brown. Brown will send one, saved by D'Amelia, goes off into the corner to Dunlap. He'll backhand it to Zwellenberg. That's the end of the power play for the Knights. Both teams back to full strength. Battle down low, grabbed by Dunlap behind the net. And we're going to get a penalty on the Knights. This will be on Zwellenberg. Interference. And the Tigers will go to the power play. Face-off will be down in the night zone. 12:10 remaining in the game, and we're tied at 3. Bogdan Sanders step in. Frederick and Braun will come in on the defense. Knights will look to kill off this power play. Grabbed by the Tigers. Quick shot. Blocker saved by Wong. Goes to Sanders right on his stick. Up the right-hand side. He'll chip it off the boards. Up the right-hand side. Bogdan stays on side. Sanders skates in. Shoots D'Amelia. Oh, Bogdan almost had his hat trick as it came right to his stick. Couldn't get a shot off now. A shot deflected by Frederick. And look out, we got a 2-on-0. Saved by Wong as it goes off into the corner. Backhander by Sanders. Now ahead to Bogdan. Bogdan will skate in. Backhander shoots and scores! Four to 3 lead for the Knights. 11:34. Shot goes wide in the net. Goes off into the corner. Braun's over there. Quick rebound right out front. Now shot goes wide left. Around the boards. Trickles out into the neutral zone. Pressured by Bogdan. Can't get a stick on it. They'll take a shot wide in the net. Goes around the boards. Now cleared by Braun. He'll send it all the way down to D'Amelia. Back deep into the Tiger zone. Now Nelson will bring it around the backside of the net. Quick cross-ice pass. Bounces off the boards. Com couldn't get there. Smith will. He'll hold it in the neutral zone momentarily. Now they'll bring it D to D over to Nelson, the right-hand side. Pressured by Bo Smith. He'll backhand it, can't get it cleared. Fitzpatrick sends it behind the net. Com will chase after it. He'll put on the brakes. He's got a little room. Now he'll clear it all the way down. 34 seconds remaining on the D'Amelia penalty. Smith will get to the puck. He'll race over, grabs it up beside the wall. Now down into the corner, battle for it. Larson's in there along with Smith. Tigers come away with it. They'll cross ice pass. Brown's over there, forces them back to the middle. Quick shot, wide right of the net. This will come to Com. Com will clear it once again. Up the wall, 10 seconds remaining on the penalty. Pressured by Larson, that's the end. Knights back to the full strength. Now cleared out. Neal will come in for Zwellenberg. They'll bounce it off the board to Neal. Neal will chip it down the wall. Tigers will get to it. They'll send it. That's going to be an icing. Face off in the Tiger zone. 9:48 remaining in the game. Knights lead 4-3 on that shorthander by Bakta. Neal, Dunlap, and Fortner will check in. Brown and Com stay in on the defense. Face-off won by Dunlap, comes all the way back out in the neutral zone to Com. Com will try to send it out to Neal. That bounces out in front of him, actually grabbed now by Dunlap. He'll bounce it off the boards, trying to leave it for Neal. Nice job by Fortner as he lifts the stick, keeps that puck. Now it comes out in the neutral zone. This will be sent by Com back to Brown, way back into the Knight zone. Brown will race around the backside of the net, up the right-hand side. Backhander to Com. Com sends it right back to Brown. Brown chips it to Fortner down into the corner. Dunlap will chase after. Tigers get there first. Far side, this will come to Com. He'll send it back down low, trying to get it to Neal. A little too fast for him. Tigers grab it in the corner. Now they'll chip it up the boards. This is grabbed by Com once again. Pulls back to his forehand. Takes a shot. D'Amelia with the save. Now the Tigers will launch one down into the Knight zone. That'll be another icing, and we'll face it off in the Tiger zone. Oop, hammer went a little bit in too far into the crowd. Knights will change it up. Sanders, Bakta, and JC on our forwards. Braun and Frederick on the defense. One down into the corner. Grabbed by the Tigers. They'll bring it up the right-hand side. Tip by Sanders goes right towards Wong. Wong will send it over towards Frederick. He'll get it, or Braun, he'll get it ahead to Sanders. Sanders up ahead to JC. Centered up front. Deflected by D'Amelia. Actually bounced right off one of the Tigers players in front. D'Amelia with the save on his own teammate. Now down into the Knight zone. Quick shot, saved by Wong as it goes right at the post. Braun will send it ahead to JC. JC out into the neutral zone. This will be grabbed by the Tigers. 8:10 remaining in the game. Chipped ahead up the right-hand side to Fitzpatrick. Now stolen by JC, up ahead to Sanders. Sanders is all alone, has his pocket pick there. Now deflected by JC. Sanders still battling for the puck. Now right at the red line, Bakta. Bakta ahead to JC. Tigers back into the neutral zone. Finally grabbed by Wilson of the Tigers. It was just bouncing around. Now it's deflected past Braun. Goes out into the Knight zone. Braun will wheel around the backside of the net. He'll clip it off the boards up to Sanders. Sanders will kick it out into the neutral zone. Tigers will get there first and send it right back in. Nelson and Frederick with the little body check. And oh man, could have been a slash by Frederick. Arm didn't go up. Ref was right here looking at it. Knights got lucky on that one. Sanders will backhand it out into the middle. Tigers will drop down and they'll send it back to the neutral zone. Now it's stolen by Banks. Banks pulls to his forehand to the right. Loses the puck up against the wall. Now we'll chase it down in the corner. Tigers will wrap it around the boards. Frederick will come over here and hold it in. He'll send it down low towards Smith. Smith and Larson will battle forward with Nelson up against the boards for the Tigers. Back behind the net, trickles out. Smith still working it. Banks waiting for that puck to trickle out. Can't quite get to it. Now it trickles out right to Frederick. He'll take a shot wide right of the net. Goes off to the far side. Com and Frederick will start retreating. Nice back check by Larson, trying to slow him up. Now they'll bring it in. Glove save by Wong on the blue line shot from the Tigers. 6:26 remaining in the game. Oh, I thought they blew it dead. She kicked it out. Here comes Banks the other way. He'll shoot. Saved by D'Amelia. Off into the corner goes. Tigers will backhand it. Can't get it cleared. Now it comes out to the neutral zone to Com. Com will bring it back to Brown. I thought that landed in Wong's glove and they called it dead and they kept playing. Here comes Brown up the left-hand side. Banks, Larson, and Neal in there. Snell picks his pocket. Harris will bring it up for the Tigers. Now poke check by Com. Now they'll wrap it around the boards towards Neal. Neal up the left-hand side. He'll poke it ahead to Com. Tigers send it right back into Brown in the night zone. Brown will send it right to D'Amelia. He'll get the save down into the corner. Tigers working on clearing it. That's going to be an icing. Now they'll blow it dead. 5:37 remaining in the game. 4-3 Knights. Face off in the Tiger zone. Smith and Morrison have checked in for the Knights on D. We got Fortner, Dunlap, and Neal on the forward line. Won by the Tigers. Now it's broken up there by Dunlap. Dunlap will bring it up the right. He's got Fortner up ahead of him. Fortner will grab the puck. That's going to be offsides. Fortner went in before the puck. Snell and Fortner ran into each other. I don't think either of them saw him. Snell ended up on his rear end. He was looking for a penalty, and Nelson pushed Snell to the bench for the Tigers, said, no, we're not going to go after this one. That's incidental. Neal will stay to the left. Dunlap to the middle. Fortner to the right. That'll kick out into the night zone all the way back to Morrison. He'll chip it off the boards, trying to get it to Neal. Tigers get there first. Now Morrison will go D to Smith. Can't get it cleared. Now it'll come out into the neutral zone. Grabbed by the Tigers. They'll wing it over here near side, tipped into the night zone, then kick right back out, up to Neal. Neal will try to get it into the night zone, pinned up against the boards. Now grabbed by the Tigers, they'll cross ice. Back out near side. This will come right to Morrison. Morrison will skate with it. Tries to get it to Dunlap. Now kicked by Fortner into the Tiger zone, and now stolen by the Tigers. They come the other way. Tried to center it right up front. Deflected off of Dunlap's skate. Now Morrison will get it cleared. Fortner will fall down. Couldn't quite get to the puck. Oh, there goes a glove. Sanders comes away with it. Right to Dunlap. Poked away by the Tigers. That's help. And they're going to get an offsides. Yeah. Bounced off Morrison. He was on this side of the blue line. They'll blow that dead as Dunlap touched it up. Face off at neutral ice. 4:16 remaining in the game. Knights up 4-3. Face off far side. Bach to J.C. Sanders. Braun and Frederick. That'll come to Braun. Braun will send it up the boards. Now it's pinched up against the board. Bachta's in there. JC's in there. Now it comes out right to Sanders. Sanders tries to pull it back. Held in momentarily by JC. Now the Tigers will clear it. Down into the night zone. This will come back to Braun. JC can't get it cleared. It's deflected off of one of the Tigers over towards Frederick near side. Now to Sanders. Sanders to Bachta. Bachta will kick it out in the neutral zone. JC will chase. He'll get it down into the Tiger zone right to Bachta. Bachta 1-on-3. Oop. Whiffed on that little wrister as he tried to send it towards D'Amelia. Now grabbed by the Tigers. They'll cross ice once again. They're really looking for those cross ice passes. Stolen by the Tigers at the red line. They'll bring it into the night zone. Up the near side. Shot goes wide. Comes around. Up the boards. Foot race for the puck. Sanders will chase after it. Sanders will get there. Body check, loose puck, goes around the backside of the net. Here comes Smith as he'll chase after it. Tigers come away with it up the left-hand side. Now the cross ice near side. Bounces off the boards, grabbed by Fitzpatrick. Right to the middle, loses it up front. Quick shot goes wide net of the net. Over to Sanders again. He'll kick it out in the neutral zone. Tigers will grab it and retreat back. Now they'll look for that cross ice pass. Smith will come racing in. Tigers have got it. Now it's kicked back out by Frederick into the neutral zone. Right to Smith. Now to Banks. Banks will pull back. Right to his forehand. He'll take a shot. Deflects up front by the Tigers. Right back to Banks. He'll leave it for Frederick. Frederick with a shot. Deflected again. Right to Banks. Shoots. Wide left of the net. Larson is checked in. That comes to Smith. Right to Banks. Banks with a shot wide right of the net. Comes over near side. Popped up in the air. Uh-oh, now we got a foot race. Com will get there. Nice job by Com as he slaps at it. Tigers will send it back behind the net, back over to Com. He'll chip it up near side over towards Banks. Banks up the left-hand side. Stays right on the blue line. Everything's clear. Banks with a shot wide of the net to the left-hand side. That'll come to Com. Com will go D to D over towards Brown. Brown will send one. D'Amelia with a save. Loose up front. Kicked away by the Tigers. Grabbed in the near side. Now that cross-ice pass. This is going to be an icing. They'll blow that one dead. Face off in the Tigers zone with 1:31 remaining in the game. Neal, Fortner, and Dunlap will check in. Bobby Brown over here on the defense doing some dancing. Caleb Brown. And Evan Com. All right, Neal will go to the left, Dunlap to center, Fortner to the right. That'll come to Fortner. Fortner to Neal. Neal to Brown. Brown will send one. Glove saved by D'Amelia. Timeout. 1:26 remaining in the third. Face-off will be in the Tigers zone. Knights leading 4-3. 4 goals on 23 shots. Tigers 3 goals on 20 shots. Face will be near side. Com and Neal talking strategy. Brown's been dancing. Neal will go to the right. Fortner to center. Dunlap right up there. Fortner wins it down low. Gets a quick shot. Grabbed by Neal. Backside of the net. It'll be kicked. Oh, Com was calling for it. Neal didn't have control. Now Neal will pull back. Right to his forehand. Quick shot wide right of the net. That'll come near side. Grabbed by the Tigers. Now stolen by Brown at the red line. He'll dump it down. They're going to wave off icing. It probably should have been an icing. Neal will get a forecheck slowing it up. Round the net it'll come. Now they'll cross ice. That's grabbed by Dunlap. 1 minute remaining. Grabbed by Com. He'll bring it over near side to Brown. Brown will chip it off the boards. And they're going to call icing on this one, and we're going to face it off in the Knight zone. And now we're going to get a timeout, I believe, by the Knights. 49.2 seconds remaining. Face-off will be near side Knight zone. D'Amelia's on the bench, helmet off, so the Tigers will pull their goalie with 49 seconds left. And it'll be a 6-on-5 face-off down here in the Knight zone. Knights will come out with Brown and Com, Neal, Dunlap, and Fortner. Tigers will bring their sixth skater out. Grabbed by the Tigers. They'll come D2D. Stolen by Neal. Neal will bring it in. Empty net. Shoots and scores! Unassisted on the steal, the empty netter. 5-3 Knights, 40 seconds remaining in the game. Goins, Larson, Neal will stay out there. Brown and Com will stay out there. Larson wins it back. That goes right towards Wong. She'll tip it back over to Com. He'll peel around the backside of the net. Brings it up the right-hand side. Pulls back to the middle. Now has it poked away by the Tigers. Now they'll look for that cross-ice pass off the boards, out into the Knight zone. Now they'll send one wide of the net. That'll come over towards Com. Com will send it ahead towards Goins. Goins will bring it in the right-hand side. He'll take a shot over the glove of D'Amelia, over to the near side to Neal. Held in by Com, and that's the end of the game, and the Knights break the 4-game losing streak with a 5-3 victory. Izzy Wong with her first varsity victory. Nice job, Izzy. Gave up 3 goals on 21 shots, so 18 saves for Wong. D'Amelia had 21 saves. Knights had 5 goals on 24 shots. Two points to the Knights, so they'll jump into 5 points on the standings. All right, JV coming up shortly. We'll have to get a shaving of the ice again. Once again, final score Saturday here. We'll have another one coming up tomorrow. Knights 5, Tigers 3. Thanks for joining us. We'll probably stay live and waiting for the JV, but I'm going to take a break. So I'll be back shortly after they shave the ice.